You ever been to Enchanted Forest? Well, we're going to go there now. Why? I don't have a clue. We're just going. It says children at play. Haven't seen any. So, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm out for a morning drive. Temperature 64 degrees. I'm near Ruidoso. Surprise, surprise. And yeah, we're just cruising here and seeing what this is. I've never been on this street. Of course, there's a million streets, billion, that I haven't been on, but we're going to go on this one. Pretty neighborhood. Yeah, it surprises me. All these homes in here, man. I mean, how'd they get them built? I mean, you can't hardly get anything done now. That was the good old days. There's a guy on an off-road vehicle. It's one of those scenic drives, isn't that pretty? Whoa, we're on a mountaintop, guys. Pretty neat. As long as it's paved, I'll stay on it. You can hear my regenerative braking. Regenerating. I just wonder where this comes out. Not a smooth road, but not too bad. The good thing is we're going down this hill. It's adding back energy. You can see that I've got the blue towel out on the dash. So what's going on, guys? I've got my RV cover done. Life is good. Is there anything else I really want to do there in Capitan? Not really. I was planning on maybe putting one of those fabrics across the west end to block the sun a little bit from 4 to 7 p.m. But that's such a small matter that I just don't want to jack with it, you know, because it's just so wide open there. With a semi view that I hate to put it up. Well, is this nice or what? One thing good, it's a gravel road, but it's smooth. I wasn't going to go on a gravel road. I didn't want to. But in the winter, I guess, when it snows, it's better if the road is gravel. You know what I mean? I guess. I've never lived in snow country, so I don't know. A lot of homes in here. I'll turn this off this away a little bit. Let you see it. It's mainly looks like double wides. Some of these are site built. I saw one guy with a travel trailer back in the brush. Here's one here. Yeah, they're mostly, yeah, those look like double wides and triple wides and whatever they come up with. But I just never driven down this road. Isn't that a pretty blue sky? Amazing, isn't it? Softball videos, that's what I'm into, guys. No controversy here. And I'm not repairing something or that's broken. There's a guy putting out something on his yard. I guess it might be weed killer. We're at the intersection of High Sierra and Enchanted Forest. Private road, dead end. Okay, interesting. Yeah, this will be a viral video for sure. There's a place for sale on the left here. It looks like kind of a semi-log cabin. Fisher Real Estate. Would I want to live in here in the forest? Not really. No, I lived in the forest in East Texas for a couple of years, and I didn't like it. Well, there it was too humid for one thing. The pine pollen would turn your car yellow or golden, and then not having a view for extended periods of time kind of wore me out. Yeah, these are pretty nice little houses in here. Driving in the forest, Lincoln National Forest. Yeah, there's a downside to living in a forest, and what is it? Forest fires. Do they have them? Yep, occasionally. Not often, but every now and then. It's kind of like hurricanes in Texas along the Gulf. Just every now and then one of them slips in there and blows your house away. I don't think there's any place in the whole world that is 100% danger free. You know, this looks like one of those subdivisions that you could get lost in and be here for about 4 years. Oh, here's a highway up here. This must be 48, I think. But we're just cruising, guys. Oh, that's called High Sierra Estates. But that is not the road I was looking for. But I did take it. There's some more storage buildings on the right. A place for you to put your stuff when you don't have room for it in your home. And you want to get some more stuff. So you go get you a storage building, put your stuff in it, and go buy more stuff. Now, George Carlin talked about that. So let's go to the right here, and we'll kind of head back to the Capitan. I can sit up under my cover and think about the meaninglessness of life. Does life really have a meaning? I guess it does. We're here. What does it mean? I remember, what was it? Who was it? The guy, was it Descartes, the philosopher that sat in the cave and tried to determine if he was here, if he was alive. And he came to, after all that thinking for weeks, he came to the conclusion, I think, therefore I am. That kind of boils it down, doesn't it? Back this way a little bit. Just a nice little scenic drive, guys, through the mountains near Ruidoso and Capitan, New Mexico. 65 degrees temperature. Elevation here is probably slightly over 7,000 feet here. And then we drop down to about 6,600 to get into Capitan. We're actually going northeast. I've added cantaloupe to my diet. You know, just about a fifth of one per day. Why? I don't know. First of all, I like the taste of cantaloupe. I do. I don't know. I just remember my mother ate them, a piece every now and then. And my sister does, one of them. And so, I don't know, maybe there's something to it. I know they're loaded with vitamin C, but I think I get enough of that out here in New Mexico. My morning ritual: get up, take a walk, if I feel like it, I'll go take a drive, which I'm doing now. And then go back to the house, or whatever you want to call it, in Capitan, and sit up under the cover, RV cover, under cover, in the shade, and read a book, or just sit there and watch the faces in the clouds. Got a rocking chair, a place to put my feet, a little table to put my book on, and my green tea, if I have a snack. It's not all bad, guys. I know it sounds like nothing, but, and it is in a lot of ways, but you know, the older I've gotten, the more I've found that the simpler things in life are much more entertaining to me now. I mean, like I was watching some YouTube stuff the other day about the development of embryos. I mean, I studied that when I was in college because I was going to be a wildlife biologist many years ago. Didn't work out for me, but and then also I watch the world under a microscope, under an electron microscope. Yeah, it's amazing, man. You magnify stuff, you know, 5,000 to 500,000 times, and all of a sudden that dust mite looks pretty dangerous. And I'm also amazed under a microscope when you look at things like salt and sugar, how symmetrical they are. It's amazing. And all of life, for that matter. Even the pattern on the wing of a dragonfly. Do y'all want to know this crap? I mean, jeez. Shut up, Rusty. They're coming to take me away, You know, to that place, to that. Oh, here goes somebody in my lane. Why are you in my lane, fella? Are you in a hurry? Yep, they're in a hurry. You know, if you drive dangerously, even if it's an emergency situation, now I can understand going a little faster and all that stuff, because you may save a few seconds, and that could mean the difference between maybe life and death. How many times has that happened in anyone's life? Probably once or none. But be that as it may, that's another one of those things that just pop into my mind, particularly when I see a car in my lane. On we go, guys. I got 251 miles of range in my electric vehicle, my Chevy Bolt 2022. Do I have any buyer's remorse at all from buying the Spark, the Bolt, the all-electric vehicle from Chevrolet? None whatsoever. In fact, I wish they would keep making them, because I would probably buy another one at some point. They're discontinuing the Bolt this year and are going to sell more expensive electric vehicles because they can. You know, electric vehicles are becoming very popular, and you know, why would they want to make 8 to 10% on a Bolt when they can triple that on a Hummer or a pickup or whatever else? What does that have to do with the price of cantaloupes in Canada? Nothing. Not a thing. Rambling on, guys, just rambling on here. Should you buy an electric vehicle? Depends on your lifestyle, your driving style. If you have two cars, husband and wife, yeah, I would recommend one of them being all electric, sure, because they're much more economical. And basically, I mean, unless something happens, I'd have to say they're virtually maintenance free. You know, there's no belts, hoses, engine stuff, you know, valves, lifters. There's no transmission to speak of. It's just all torque, and so you don't have to maintain a transmission or an engine. So yeah, there's some pluses for sure. Cost of ownership on the front end, same, but once you get the car, per mile, it's much less. Yeah, it cost me for fuel, energy, about 3 cents per mile. Charging at home. If I charge at a charging station, like I was traveling and had to use a Tesla station or Charge America station, you could double that cost per mile. It would go from 3 cents to 6 cents, because they really, I mean, hell, I pay 13 cents a kilowatt in Capitan, New Mexico, pay 14 cents in Texas, and if I'm traveling and I had to stop at a charging station, they're anywhere from 40 to 60 cents a kilowatt. Yeah, well, you know, it's a for-profit business. Get all you can while you can. 67 degrees right now, partly cloudy. Well, it's actually pretty cloudy, but it, you know, out here, when it's cloudy like this, it makes it pretty nice for drives because it's not so bright, you know what I mean? Even though I wear sunglasses, it's really bright, obviously. So guys, with that in mind, I know you have been enlightened to the point of ecstasy, but having said all of that, that is Capitan straight ahead. That's it. Part of it. That's the what would be called the outskirts. Straight ahead is Capitan Mountain. And yeah, they got little houses, mobile homes and stuff out all in these mountains. A while ago I told you I had 251 miles of range. Well, now I got 252. That's because we're coming down the hill a little bit, and regenerative braking is adding instead of subtracting range. We'll let this go till we get to my place. You can get to see my RV carport as we drive up, give you another view. You're probably about sick of carports, aren't you? I mean, you know, yeesh. Did I do a few videos? Yeah, I believe I did. Well, I did it for a reason. I mean, I wished I'd have had something like that when I was looking at carports years ago. Of course, there was nothing out there, but I have a playlist for the RV slash Eagle carport. It was the RV cover, rather. And yeah, and it's a whole bunch of them. It's about, I don't know, 6 or 7 videos, which would be quite helpful, I hope, to a number of people looking at carports or RV covers and stuff. How did I find Capitan? Man, I don't know. I must have been lost. Must have been lost. Because it's not really on your way anywhere. It is a way into New Mexico coming up from Texas. You know, one of the ways to get in here. And I think what it was is I was headed over to, it's something Wells. You go past Socorro, and it's a BLM campground out there that's really cheap. And I came through here going there, and I thought, man, what a neat little town. And then I made a note that I'd spend the night there on the way back going to Texas when I ended my tour. And I did. I came in, I stayed at Mama Bear's RV park, and that was it. That's when I got hitched or hooked on Capitan, New Mexico. Yeah, it had everything I wanted. I mean, I wanted to be able to walk everywhere, and you know, like the post office, the grocery store, go get something to eat, or eat out, or the library. Yeah, it's all within easy walking distance of my home base here in Capitan. And yeah, I think that was probably a total of about 8 years ago, but it took, let's see, probably 4 or 5 years ago, I bought this lot. And then I sold it and didn't use it for a couple of years. And then I bought it back this year. Was it this year? I don't know. Shit. Time flies, guys. It's 2023. What does that mean? I don't think it means, it's just a number. What it means is, how are you doing? If you feel all right mentally, physically, you got a good outlook, positive thinker, life is a bowl of cherries, I'll guarantee you. But, I've met some people recently that are somewhat negative, and I wonder about that. Living in that negative world, it's kind of like being in a dark room all the time, But, that's the way it is. Never worry about what you cannot change. The name of this street is Nogales, and that's the same name as that little town near here called Nogales. I couldn't remember if it was called Nogal or Nogales, but it's Nogales. Like, no gal, I ain't got no gal, man. Here we come around to my place. I'll move way over here, come in today. See, there comes my cover into view right now. See that? Isn't that neat? Pretty cool, huh? Not bad. Really easy in and easy out. I got my charger plug on that little blue table there by the entrance door. So I just pull up here now and I'll fill her up. It's cool, huh? I think it's just neater than crap. I do. And if it sprinkles, I can still sit out here and read and, do everything I want to do. So anyway, guys, from Capitan, New Mexico, on a nice day. I hope you're having fun. Thumbs up. Carpe diem. Adios. Bye-bye. Buy anything you want anytime. If you think about it, use the link to Amazon products in the description of all of my videos. Why? Doesn't cost you a penny. And, drink plenty of water, stretch, walk, stand guard at the door of your mind, and enjoy your life the best you can, because it's the only one you got. Adios. Bye-bye.